Hey there folks, today we're diving into the sweet world of sugar. You know that wonderful ingredient that makes your treats oh so delicious. Well, have you ever wondered how sugar is actually made? Today we're going to break it down into simple terms so that you can finally understand the journey from sugarcane to that sweet spoonful of sugar. So let's not waste any time and get right into it. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of sugar production, let's talk first about some of the history of sugar. The history of sugar dates back thousands of years. Sugarcane, the primary source of sugar, was first cultivated in Southeast Asia. The knowledge of sugar cultivation and processing spread to India, where refined sugar was produced around 500 BCA. Arab traders introduced sugar to the Middle East, and it eventually reached Europe during the Middle Ages through trade routes. In medieval Europe, sugar was considered a luxury and used sparingly in noble households during the Age of Exploration. European colonists established sugarcane plantations in the Caribbean and the Americas, giving rise to the transatlantic slave trade as labor demands increased. The 18th century saw advancements in sugar refining techniques, making sugar more accessible to a wider population. The Industrial Revolution further mechanized sugar production, leading to increased consumption. The 19th century witnessed the growth of the sugar beet industry in Europe, providing an alternative source of sugar. This period also marked efforts to abolish slavery on sugarcane plantations. The 20th century brought innovations like granulated sugar and high fructose corn syrup, leading to greater convenience and affordability of sweeteners. Today, sugar is a ubiquitous ingredient in the global diet, present not only in sweets but also in many processed foods and beverages. The history of sugar reflects its transformative journey from a rare commodity to a widely consumed ingredient with complex social, economic and cultural implications. Let's talk about where sugar comes from. There are two primary sources, sugarcane and sugar beets. Sugarcane is a tall grassy plant that's cultivated in tropical regions, while sugar beets are root vegetables grown in cooler climates. Both of these plants store sugar in their cells, and that's what we're after. So how do we get that sugar out of the plants? It all starts with extraction. For sugarcane, the stalks are harvested, and then they go through a process called milling. This involves crushing the sugarcane to extract the juice. The juice is loaded with sugar, but it's not quite ready yet. Next up is purification. The sugarcane juice or sugar beet juice is full of impurities like plant materials, dirt, and even some natural sugars that aren't sucrose. To separate the sucrose from all this, the juice goes through a process of clarification. This involves heating the juice, adding lime to neutralize acidity, and then allowing the impurities to settle out. Now that we have a clearer juice, it's time to concentrate the sugar. The juice is heated to evaporate the excess water, leaving behind a syrupy substance rich in sucrose. This syrup is then allowed to cool and crystallize. The sugar crystals start forming, and they're separated from the remaining liquid. Those sugar crystals still have some non-sugar substances clinging to them. To get that refined, pure white sugar, the crystals undergo further purification. They are dissolved in water again, and then carbon filters are used to trap remaining impurities. What we're left with is a clear sugar solution. It's crystallization time once again. The clear sugar solution is boiled, causing the water to evaporate and sugar crystals to form. These crystals are larger and more uniform than before, resulting in that familiar granulated sugar we all know and love. The sugar crystals are separated from the remaining liquid and then dried to remove any lingering moisture. Once dry, the sugar is packaged into bags, boxes, or whatever container you find on your grocery store shelf, and there you have it, from sugarcane or sugar beet to the sugar on your table. The journey is quite a fascinating one. The sugar goes through a series of processes to ensure it's pure, refined, and ready to sweeten your day. But wait, there's more to the sugar-making process than just the sweet stuff. During various stages of sugar production, byproducts are generated. For instance, the leftover plant materials from sugarcane, known as bagasse, can be used to generate bioenergy, produce paper, or even as animal feed. Additionally, molasses is a byproduct of sugar refining and is often used in the production of various foods, including rum and animal feed. This focus on utilizing byproducts promotes a more sustainable approach to sugar production. Sugar isn't just one single type. There are various forms you may have encountered, such as granulated sugar, powdered sugar, brown sugar, and more. These different types of sugar are usually created by altering the refining and processing steps. For example, brown sugar retains some of the molasses from the refining process, giving it its distinct flavor and color. As with many industries, technology has played a significant role in transforming sugar production. Modern equipment and techniques have streamlined the processes, making sugar production more efficient and less resource-intensive. Automation, advanced filtration methods, and computerized controls have all contributed to higher quality sugar with reduced environmental impact. In recent years, there's been growing interest in alternatives to traditional sugar due to health concerns and dietary preferences. Organic sugars are produced without synthetic chemicals, while alternative sweeteners like stevia, monk fruit, and agave offer sweetness with fewer calories. These alternatives often undergo different processing methods, and understanding how they're made can provide insights into their benefits and limitations. The sugar industry isn't limited to one country or region, it's a global endeavor. Countries like Brazil, India, China, and Thailand are major players in sugarcane production, while the European Union and the United States are prominent sugar beet producers. The global nature of the industry means that changes in weather, economic conditions, and government policies in one part of the world can affect sugar prices and availability everywhere. Sugar isn't just about making our food taste better. It's deeply ingrained in our culture and history. From celebratory cakes to comfort food desserts, sugar-laden treats have become staples in many societies. However, it's important to strike a balance between indulging in these delights and maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Let's get a bit technical for a moment. The sweetness of sugar comes from its molecular structure. Sucrose, the main sugar found in sugarcane and sugar beets, is composed of glucose and fructose molecules linked together. When you eat sugar, enzymes in your body break these molecules apart, releasing the sweet taste we all love. Right, let's recap our journey through the sugar-making process. We started with sugarcane or sugar beets, extracting their sweet juices. We purified, concentrated, and crystallized those juices to create sugar crystals. Through refining and additional crystallization, we obtained the granulated sugar that's commonly used. And after drying and packaging, the sugar is ready for consumption. Before we conclude, it's important to touch on the topic of sugar and health. While sugar is undeniably delicious, excessive consumption can lead to health issues like obesity, diabetes, and tooth decay. Being mindful of our sugar intake and opting for healthier sweeteners, or enjoying treats in moderation can help us strike a balance between enjoyment and well-being. Looking ahead, the sugar industry faces both challenges and opportunities. Sustainable and eco-friendly practices are gaining momentum, with efforts to reduce water usage, minimize waste, and explore alternative energy sources. Additionally, advancements in biotechnology could lead to more efficient sugar production processes and even the development of new sweeteners. By embracing innovation, the future of sugar production could become more sustainable and adaptable. And there you have it, the sweet journey from sugarcane and sugar beets to the sugar on your table. This seemingly simple ingredient undergoes a complex process to become the beloved sweetener we use daily. By understanding how sugar is made, we gain a greater appreciation for the science and innovation behind our everyday pleasures. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your fellow curious minds. And of course, if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel for more engaging explorations of the world around us. Until next time, keep seeking knowledge and savoring the sweetness of life.